Welcome to another DFS video. Let's win some coins. What's going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and you're watching The Couch. These are my Week 8 NFL DFS picks. We're doing the same giveaway, same contest as last week. All you got to do is go to cryptofantasysports.com or follow the link below in the description. Once you're good to go, you have an account. Go to contests, go to lobby, and then enter this tournament here, NFL touchdown 200K. All you got to do is enter it. Everybody who enters will get a couch swag pack regardless, and not that many people are entering. To be truthful, only one person entered last week, so he or she was guaranteed to win the NFL jersey. Out of all the people that enter and comment below your username from CFS, the person who scores the highest will get an NFL jersey from NFLshop.com. Any item on NFL Shop that's $100 or less. And because only one person entered last week, coincidentally, they also got first place too. So they win a swag pack, they won a jersey, and they won $300 worth of coin. It also really helps support this channel, guys, so make sure you guys do go to cryptofantasysports.com or follow the link below and enter this contest. It's also going to be really easy to win because probably not too many people will enter just like last week. At the least, just check out the site and play the free rolls. They have free rolls almost every day. Now on to the picks. I'll reveal last week's winner at the end of the video and show his or her team. But now let's look at quarterbacks, Week 8 NFL, the slate, what's going to go on, my projections, my predictions, and of course my DFS picks for this week. I just want to note that there are only 10 games in the main slate. A game that I would like to target would be the Vikings-Saints game a little bit, but that is Sunday Night Football and is probably not going to be in the slate you're playing in, at least not the main one. So I would like Cousins in that game, and he is priced at $5,900, but just want to mention that. You know, I usually don't do that, but just want to mention that. Number one quarterback this week on everyone's rankings, everyone's projections is Patrick Mahomes. His price is a little bit high, but he's going to be worth it. $7,000. Hey, he should be good. He's always good, man. This guy's crazy. Aaron Rodgers priced at $6,400. This game is going to be a shootout. Rams, Packers, it's in LA, and you can never count Rodgers out. They're coming off a bye week. They're rested. That team's pretty banged up, so they really could use that bye week. And Cobb's probably coming back. Geronimo Allison is back. And Rodgers maybe a little bit more healthy than usual with that extra rest. For that price, I still like it. Andy Dalton, pretty good in GPPs, guys, because I like him more because he had a bad game last week. He's really not to be trusted. And those two things sound like bad things, but when we're talking about GPP, they're good things. That means he's not going to be as owned as he was last week. A lot of people targeted him, and he underperformed. That whole Bengals team was horrible. This is a great bounce-back opportunity going against the Bucks. His price has not dropped, so it's still expensive. He's coming off a bad game. Don't see a lot of people picking him. Great, good, contrarian pick. Start the red rifle. People liking Big Ben. Mitchell Trubisky priced at $6,100. Do I like it? No, I do not like it. I'm not picking Mitchell Trubisky. I don't know why a lot of experts are on him this week. It could be a windy game. Let's take a look at the weather. Look at this. 54 degrees. Could be some showers there. And the winds, this is what I'm really worried about here, guys. 20 miles an hour. And it is in Chicago where the winds could be swirly, which means it's kind of unpredictable. I'm not really liking this, man. And Allen Robinson is questionable. I think everyone on the Jets is banged up. So they just cut Terrell Pryor. He has an injury. They might re-sign him, but he's definitely not playing. He's not on any team right now. Robbie Anderson is doubtful. Quincy Enunwa, the best receiver, is out. And this looks like a mess of a game for Sam Darnold going against the Bears. There's just really no reason for Mitchell Trubisky to take huge risks. The defense should be able to handle it. So I don't really like his floor. I don't really like his upside, and the weather with all that combined, I don't really like it. Like, he's good and he's been playing lights out the last few weeks, but oh man, we can do better than Mitchell Trubisky. So no to Mitch Trubisky. My favorite quarterback this week is Jared Goff, and when I say favorite, I mean considering the price as well. I think he's the best value quarterback. He has a very good ceiling and an incredible floor. Playing against Aaron Rodgers, it's just, to me, so obvious for this price. I like him in GPPs, but I really love him in cash games. That sounded weird. And sort of sticking to the same strategy why I liked Andy Dalton, I'm liking Baker Mayfield. Not anybody's going to be picking him this week because he did okay last week. Like, he did decent, but for people that watched that game, it was pretty frustrating. Baker Mayfield did basically nothing in the beginning of the game. It was looking horrible, and this was supposed to be slated to be a really good game for Baker Mayfield, really good matchup going against the Bucs. Now he's going against the Steelers, who have a little bit better defense, playing in Pittsburgh. Everyone's going to be doubting him, so maybe he has a good game. Unexpected things do happen, and for that price, I do like Baker Mayfield. Definitely someone to avoid in cash games, so head-to-heads, 50-50s, double-ups, avoid him in those type of situations and those type of contests. But in GPPs, I do like him. Still pretty risky. That's pretty much it, but just want to go over a couple punts. 5,200, Derek Carr. If you're feeling a little bold right there, Case Keenum playing against the Chiefs. Not a great defense, and going against Mahomes and the Chiefs offense, they can put up a lot of points. You can pick Case Keenum. Those are only if you're trying to punt the quarterback position and do a high-risk contrarian GPP pick. Other than those two guys, Carr priced at 5,200, Keenum at 5,100. I would not dare to go cheaper than that. It's slim pickings this week. So moving on to running backs. When it comes to running backs and wide receivers, I'm not going to go over too much of the obvious picks. Like, obviously Todd Gurley's number one on everyone's rankings and whatnot, but he is quite expensive. There are a lot of really, really good mid to low priced running backs this week, and I'm going to cover a lot of them. So David Johnson, kind of in between mid and high price. So doesn't have that elite price tag, but he doesn't have that mid or cheap price tag either, kind of in between. And they just fired their offensive coordinator, who, when I watched the game, I didn't want to say anything, but it just, to me, looked like he was purposely trying to lose. Like, that's how bad the situation was. I thought they were tanking. So they fired him, and it can only get better as far as the offensive coordinator goes. Like, that guy was awful. And they have a good matchup. They're playing against my 49ers. I do love David Johnson this week. A guy I would not play in cash games, but a guy I would play in tourneys/GPPs. Priced at 6,700. Why'd I go down? I just got excited about David Johnson, I guess. Kareem Hunt, though. Now, he's a guy who's great in cash games. You could be using him in GPP. The price is right. One of the best value picks. I'd say the best value pick as far as expensive running backs go. And James Conner's in a similar boat to be used in any type of contest, priced at 7,500. Last time he faced the Browns, did pretty good. Wow, look at that. Nearly 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 37 fantasy points. That's kind of insane. So he's facing the Browns yet again. And no Le'Veon Bell. Marlon Mack, he's probably going to play, but he is questionable. Has a good matchup against the Raiders. Now, Kerryon Johnson is an amazing rookie running back. The Lions are realizing that they have to give the ball to Kerryon Johnson. He's really good at everything, and when they do give him the ball, they win. I don't see any way that they don't give him a lot of opportunities this game. Theo Riddick is injured. I don't think he's going to play this week. And Kerryon Johnson, priced at 5,300. That's great value. Then we have Phillip Lindsay going against the Chiefs. The Chiefs don't have a good run defense. Royce Freeman is officially out. So Lindsey's going to get a ton of snaps at that price. Hard to resist. I think this is going to be a chalky pick here. Super cheap. And he's going to get more carries than he's ever gotten. As long as they don't get blown out in the first quarter. Who else we got? Adrian Peterson. I like AP a lot this week because for some reason he just doesn't have that sexy name attached to it. It's just not an attractive pick for people to make, such as Chubb or Jalen Richard or something. For some reason, those guys have hype this week. At AP, especially if Chris Thompson is out, who's injured, who's trending towards having a good chance of not playing yet again, has a good matchup going against the Giants. And on top of all this, the Giants just traded away their best run stopper, Damian Snacks Harris. He's an excellent defensive tackle or nose tackle, and he's off to the Lions. And man, $4,900, man, that's super cheap. And it's kind of weird to say, but I think he will be kind of contrarian. For that price, how could he not bring back value? Jordan Howard, oh man, do I have to talk about this guy again? Well, he's been disappointing. You absolutely cannot trust this guy whatsoever. But in this type of game script where the Jets are so banged up, talking about the same stuff we just talked about, the weather, so on and so forth, how many opportunities will Jordan Howard have within the 10-yard line, at the goal line, to punch it in? He actually had 2 that I remember last week. That's just what from my memory. One he did punch in, and the other he did too, but it got called back from what I remember, week 7. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Jordan Howard. And why do I like him again? Why? You've let me down so many times, but man, I do like him in a GBP. Call me crazy. Maybe we stack him with the Bears defense. Bears defense gets some turnovers, holds the Jets to a low score, and the Bears get some good opportunities, good field position, and Howard punches a few in. Nick Chubb, more of a sexy pick, 4,700. Good matchup going against the Steelers. And I say good matchup. Look, the Steelers have been great against the run, and I've looked into it. They've actually done their job, but I think they're not as good as they truly are. I think there is room to do some damage against them as far as running backs go. Now, they are not a terrible run defense, which I thought they would be. They're not that. They're not terrible. They're not bad. But I think they're okay. They're not great against the run. That's just my opinion. Hey, what I got to say? It's my analysis. Doug Martin, love him, 4,400. We think this game is going to be a blowout. We think the Colts are going to crush the Raiders, but that's not what Vegas thinks. Vegas thinks this could be kind of a high-scoring game. Over, under 50. Colts are only favored to win by 3. That means it could be kind of close. Doug Martin is going to be the man, folks. I know a lot of people are on Jalen Richard. Not me. Look, I like Jalen Richard in full PPR leagues. He has tremendous value. But Doug Martin is going to be the starting running back. He's going to get the bulk of the carries. He's going to get the bulk of the snaps on offense. And at 4,400, that's going to be hard to beat. And there's so many of these guys, man, but I really had to talk about a lot of them and have to give you reasons to pick them. I mean, there's just so many mid to low tier priced running backs this week. I mean, there was all those guys have valid reasons for you to pick them in your lineups. I talked about Jalen Richard back there, 4,200. That's really not that bad. But a guy I'm not going to be picking too much. Duke Johnson, very similar to Jalen Richard, priced at 3,900. And this one I definitely have to talk about. Raheem Mostert. If Breida is out, Matt Breida is questionable. The man has 3 or 4 injuries. He practiced a little bit Friday, so he might play, he might not. Man, please just let that man sit. Let him rest up. But, it's not my decision. It's not my say. If Breida is out, Mostert's going to get a lot of opportunities. And he's pretty talented. He has some burst. He has some quickness. Priced at 3,800. You can't really get better than him as a punt. Now, here's a super cheap, super sleeper, contrarian running back that I actually love for his price. It's not even that risky. So people are going to be on Jalen Richard, okay? He's priced at, what is he, 4,200, whatever Jalen Richard is priced at. Give me a good reason why Booker is going to do worse than Jalen Richard. You can't. Now, can you? And you're going to try in the comments, but I'm not going to pay attention to it. So, Devontae Booker playing against the Chiefs. They don't have a good defense. Are the Chiefs going to score a lot of points? You say yes. Okay. And so the Broncos are going to trail. Devontae Booker could be the pass-catching back, could get a lot of targets, at least at the very minimum see third down work. So we save $500 by not picking Jalen Richard, and we get a guy who's going to be much more contrarian. With Royce Freeman out, everyone's going to go with Lindsey. That's chalk right there. Not too many people are going to go on Booker. Now, I'm not expecting Booker to be like unowned completely because there's a lot of other people that will come to this conclusion that I did, but not the general consensus, like not the average DFS player. No, they're going to flock to Richard. They're going to flock to Lindsey. And I'm going to pick Booker in a couple of my GPP lineups. And Booker is the cheapest running back I would consider picking this week. Moving on to wide receivers. There's some, look, they're all these elite guys are dang near priced correctly. So there's really nothing for me to go over as far as these top guys go. Antonio Brown, he's really good. Priced at $8,500. AJ Green, love him, priced at $8,000. So I'm not going to go over too many obvious things. I think Devontae Adams is, if you're looking for elite wide receiver, I think he's really good in cash games. He'll have a high floor. Rodgers will have to throw the ball. Rodgers has to throw the ball every game, but especially this game going against the Rams' high-powered offense. Who else we got? Okay, so this is a topic I kind of wanted to talk about. Brandon Cooks versus Robert Woods. And Brandon Cooks is $6,900. Robert Woods is $6,800. They're on the same team. And if I had to pick one that would score the most fantasy points, it would be Robert Woods. But, yeah, I mean, I did research, but it's really like, I mean, there's really no way to know. It's really tough. Both are really good. Neither one's like way better this game. Definitely could be Cooks. Would not be surprised. But I'm just saying, if I had to pick one, it would be Woods. And on top of that, he's $100 cheaper. So that's a nice perk. Moving on to some mid-priced players. Okay, here we go. Okay, Geronimo Allison. $5,000. He's gonna bring back value. Now, let's say Cobb was healthy. I like Geronimo Allison better this game. The Rams slot corner, the nickel corner, his name's actually Nickel too. So I think he's one of their best cornerbacks, and he can shut down Randall Cobb, or at least contain him. And Cobb plays from the slot. I think Geronimo Allison's going to get a lot of looks. And watch out in the fourth quarter when Aaron Rodgers is airing it out. For $5,000, that's so cheap. Then we have Demaryius Thomas. The trust factor with this guy is 0. So do not pick him in any of your cash lineups. Do not trust him at all. But if you want to be risky, maybe have him in 5 or 10% of your GPP lineups. Going against the Chiefs, Case Keenum is going to need to air it out in the fourth quarter to try to come back. I don't think the Broncos will win, though. Jordy Nelson. Wow, so I'm talking about all these appealing picks, this and that. This is my appealing pick. Priced at $4,700. He's going to have to do some things. He's their best wide receiver. He's the wide receiver 1 now that Amari Cooper has been shipped to Dallas. And the Raiders are going to have to throw the ball. Like, it's going to happen. Luck's throwing the ball. Carr's going to be throwing the ball. And Jordy Nelson has a good matchup. I think at $4,700, he's good in all formats. And that's really it for wide receivers who I wanted to talk about. What do you guys want, a punt? Is that what you want? Is that what you're telling me? You want a punt? All right, I'll give you a punt. Oh, by the way, Torrey Smith is out for the Panthers. Good luck picking which wide receiver is going to do good in his place. Is it you? Huh? Is it you? I don't know. And a punt. Oh. Zach Pascal, absolute punt if you need one at wide receiver. Basically minimum price $3,300. Ryan Grant is out for the Colts. Could be a little bit of a high scoring game. Look, I don't see it that way. You don't see it that way. But Vegas knows more than we do. 50 over under for that Colts Raiders game. For this week, Kelsey might just be worth that high price tag of $6,800. He's the best tight end this week. And going against the Broncos, I mean, they always try to keep him involved in the game plan, and they're always going to throw to him or do a little shovel pass or something crazy, maybe give him a carry, something. They always get him involved. I think Kittle is overpriced this week. I'm avoiding him. Jared Cook, absolutely love for the same reasons I just basically mentioned with Jordy Nelson. Jared Cook is going to need to get involved here and do some things. Yes, he's inconsistent, but this is a good matchup, man. This is a good game script. Derek Carr is going to throw the ball, and I really think the void of Amari Cooper boosts Jared Cook's value significantly. Jimmy Graham, I like him this week, but I think the price tag is way too high, $4,700. We're going to move on to some cheaper players. Ingram, amazing in GPP, okay in cash, $4,300. He's coming back from an injury, had a pretty poor performance against the Falcons Monday night, only 4.6 fantasy points, so I don't think a lot of people will pick him. I do have some faith in Evan Ingram this week, but like I said, more of a GPP pick. O.J. Howard, he's always been good, man. Priced at $3,900. Going against the Bengals, they don't do too well against tight ends. Vance McDonald, I really like him, and I don't think a lot of people are going to be picking him. I just have a feeling, and I think it's because he had a bye week and all the memes and all the highlight reels that we saw of him trucking people, stiff-arming. I think that hype is a little bit died down, especially with that bye week that just happened. So $3,700, that's super cheap for a tight end with some upside. Probably my favorite tight end this week is CJ Uzomah, though, and I'm just going to let the price speak for it. Like, the price made me pick him. The matchup is there. Dalton's going to throw the ball. The Bengals should score, so this guy has upside for third down plays, for short plays, for big plays, and of course what we need is in the red zone within the 10-yard line. He has those touchdown potential plays as well. He's been doing great. I mean, Tyler Kroft is out. Tyler Eifert is out. CJ Uzomah is a pretty talented tight end. He's not an elite tight end, but he's talented, and they're going to use him a lot. He should be on just about every offensive play. Yeah, Uzomah, $3,500, man. Hard to beat that price, hard to beat that value. Let's do a crazy, stupid GPP pick. Where is this guy? I didn't write his price. This guy here, Chris Herndon. And I do have some faith in him because all these guys are injured. Look, no Terrell Pryor, who is starting. No Robbie Anderson, who is starting. No Enunwa, who is starting. Literally, all the receivers are injured. Okay, let's add on to that. Bilal Powell, pass-catching running back, out for the season. All the Jets receivers that we started out with this year, week 1, all of them are out. All of them, literally, every single receiver is out this game. So Chris Herndon has to step it up. He has been excellent the last 2 weeks. A bit of an unknown, but he's been doing well. 2 receptions and a touchdown for week 6, and 4 receptions and a touchdown last week against the Vikings, week 7. Let's see what he does week 8. Priced at $2,800. One of the best punts you can have with tons of upside. Jeff Hireman, $2,600. He's cheap. I'll leave it at this guy is cheap in case Keenum is going to need to throw the ball. And Eric Berry is out, so at least there's some hope for this guy, but not a ton of upside. Moving on to defenses. Oh, you just want picks, huh? You don't like when I give a bunch of, literally go over all the players and talk about everything. I just want the picks. Give me the picks. Well, here's a pick. Chicago Bears, they're worth the price. We talked about them. We talked about the weather. We talked about all that. They're going to crush the Jets. And do your due diligence and keep tabs on Khalil Mack. I do expect him to play. If I had to say, got some in my eye. If I had to say what chance Khalil Mack would play, I'd say about 93% chance he's going to play. He does have an ankle injury. It's obviously limiting him, but we'd still be talking about this game the same way if they didn't make that trade for Khalil Mack. Bears D is still decent. They're still solid, and they're going up against the Jets. Rookie quarterback. They're depleted. They're going to be worth the price. Now, I do want to go over some other defenses just to give you some options because this defense is $900 more expensive than the second most expensive defense. It's not even that good, the Cardinals. So they are super expensive. For some reason, you really don't want to afford them. We could go with the Colts. I don't know. I don't really like them. I don't really trust them. Maybe in a GPP. Ravens, same thing. GPP, I don't really trust them going against the Panthers. This could be the one game Cam Newton gets shut down. The Ravens defense is for real. A little bit high price though. Washington in a very, very low scoring game, or at least what we believe will be a low scoring game against the Giants. I like them a little bit. And if you want to punt, we can go with the 49ers defense. Look, I do like the Cardinals defense more than the Niners, but not by that much. Not enough to pay that much more for them. So you can get the Niners for cheap. I'd say they have about the same value as the Cardinals D. They're 700 cheaper, right? Is that right? 700 cheaper, yeah. And yeah, you can go with the Niners D if you want to punt. And Jets D if you really want to punt, but I'm not with any of these defenses. Like I said, I'm just going to pick the Bears D, roll with them. I love them this week. I love the Texans D this week. They didn't do that well. They already played Thursday, so there's not a lot of options here. I like the Patriots D, actually. Patriots D is up here with the Bears D. They are going to be so good this week going against the Bills, but they play Monday night and are not going to be in most of the slates you're playing. And on Crypto Fantasy Sports, we do play kickers. So my top 10 kickers this week are Greg Zuerlein, Stephen Gostkowski, but he plays Monday night, Justin Tucker, Harrison Butker, Dan Bailey, play Sunday night. Will Lutz also plays Sunday night. Matt Prater, Chris Boswell could have a huge bounce back game. He's been a huge disappointment. And Mason Crosby. Congratulations, RDJ. You actually finished first place in the GPP, and you gave me a shout out on the chat on Crypto Fantasy Sports. Thank you so much for the shout out, and congrats, man. So hit me up. I'm going to give you a swag pack. I'm going to give you any jersey you want on NFL Shop. And I'm going to give you under $100. $100 or under, of course. And you won $300 in cryptocurrency. So congratulations. Man, you were the only person to enter, and nobody would have beat you last week. And this is your squad right here. You did very well. Let's see. You got Zach Ertz, who crushed it. Carry On, who did very well. And Colts defense and kicker, you did very well. So yeah, it's definitely winnable. You guys can do it, and this was your team. Congratulations once again. If you guys want to enter my NFL jersey contest, guys, make sure you follow the link below in the description, or just head on over to cryptofantasysports.com. Enter this contest right here, NFL Touchdown 200K. If you enter, leave a comment down below with your CFS username. You will get a swag pack just for entering this contest, and the highest scoring team out of all the people who entered on this channel, not in the whole contest, but just on this channel, out of all the people that enter, the person who scores the highest will get an NFL jersey. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to our main channel, which is this channel, and we also have a second channel. You can click right here. You should see two couch icons. Subscribe to both, guys. Make sure you guys like this video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you did not, and I'll catch you guys on the next live stream /video. Good luck this week.